Welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. If you're new to my channel, yay, I'm so glad you're here. And if you're a subscriber coming back, thank you. I truly appreciate your support. So, the movie I'm reviewing today is called Glorious. This Lovecraft-like horror slash mystery is available to watch now on video on demand. It's definitely rated R and is an hour and 19 minutes long. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is my drum roll. Now, brace yourself because I know this movie is going to be controversial. I'm giving this movie a D for don't watch it if. So let me explain the whole if thing. I'm going to explain the movie in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I like, things I didn't like, tips for parents, themes worth talking about. And anyway, let's go in from there. In a nutshell, after a breakup, Wes ends up at a remote rest stop. He finds himself locked inside a bathroom with a mysterious figure speaking from an adjacent stall. Soon, Wes realizes he's involved in a situation more terrible than he could ever have imagined. So, this strange body slash horror movie was directed by Rebecca McKendry. The film was written by David N. McKendry, Joshua Hull, and Todd Rigney. So, unfortunately, I'm definitely not the target audience for this movie. It's not my definition of glorious at all. The title of the movie definitely caught my attention, so I wanted to see what the director's interpretation of that word was going to be. I don't often watch trailers before I review a movie. Sometimes I just don't have time, even though I do trailer reviews. But so I hadn't seen this. I didn't know anything about it. I don't like reading reviews. I don't want to really know that much going into a movie so I can just experience it. And I was severely disappointed. Now, I know the movie poster should definitely let you know what to expect in some regards, that it's going to be a bloody, gory, brutal horror. I hadn't even seen the poster. I get lots of screeners from studios, and sometimes I just click on and I dive in without knowing anything. And so I don't know that I would have watched it if I really knew what I was in for. But before I go on and on about that, there were some things I liked about the movie, and then I'll tell you some of the stuff that I didn't. First of all, I've always enjoyed performances by J.K. Simmons. He voices the mysterious creature with wit and power, does an excellent job, and he had to have been amused by this role because he took the role. The protagonist is played by Ryan Quanten, who is most well known for his work in HBO's True Blood. So if you're a fan of his, then you're going to get to see a lot of him, and probably in scenarios that you never thought you'd see him in before. What makes Lovecraft horror so intriguing to most people is that it takes what people fear most and can't explain and then exploits it as unknowable and incomprehensible. The attempt is to look at our place in the universe by exploring reality versus madness. And this movie definitely does that. Honestly, it's not my cup of tea, but I recognize many viewers who love that style of storytelling who will think this movie is super cool and are just fans of Lovecraft style horror. So know that going in. Fans of Lovecraft horror movies will probably recognize and catch on that Gadanathoa is the son of god Thilu. I know I'm not pronouncing either one of those names correctly, but if you are a Lovecraft fan, you'll laugh at my pronunciation and go, yeah, totally, man. The movie is definitely creative. Some of the dialogue is humorous and witty. Now, for the things that I didn't like, as I mentioned, this is just not really my big cup of tea. It is a very slow burn with, in my opinion, little payoff. The bathroom is totally disgusting. By the end of the movie, it is trashed and just so disgusting. I hate it when the very first word of a movie is an F bomb, like Really? The movie's starting and you're like, what's happening? What's the scene? Or, what's the background, the time period? You're trying to kind of sink into the movie. And then the very first thing you hear is, attacking your eardrum. So anyway, I just hate that. I also hate watching and listening to people throw up in movies, and you get some of that too. And I don't know, it'd be interesting to hear if there's a statistic on how many people throw up in the movie theaters while they're watching this. Anyway, the special effects are fairly mediocre, creative, but kind of mediocre. While the movie is short, I still kept waiting for the punchline and for the movie to be over, basically, because I just wasn't enjoying it. Super bloody, super gory, super gross. Let me give you some tips for parents. This is a rated R movie, and I do not recommend it for kids. And older kids, like older teenagers and young adults, might be really bored. Plus, they shouldn't watch this for the language and the gross images, for the kids. There's profanity and F-bombs and tons of disgusting images. The themes that are illustrated very well are selfishness, dominance, loneliness, memories, your unique place in the universe, karma, and salvation. Okay, that is my review. Now, normally I give recommendations for movies that I think that are sort of similar, but I honestly couldn't think of one, especially because I'm not a Lovecraft fan. So if you are and you're going to enjoy this movie, comment down below and share some recommendations for other people who might be watching this movie who want to watch similar movies. And thanks, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.